Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's time once again for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. I'm Spokane Steve, of course. Today, we have the New York Yankees at the Detroit Tigers. Whoops, I missed something there. Second of a three-game. Yankees won the first. In fact, don't look now, but the Yankees are on a three-game winning streak. Two of the most underachieving teams in the American League so far in this replay. Yankees at 17-33 are 6 games behind their real-life pace. And Detroit even worse. At 24-27, they are 8 games off of their real-life pace. So something's got to give here in this series. Pitching matchup today would really favor the Yankees getting their 4th in a row. It's going to be their best starter, Fritz Peterson. Peterson 3-5, but with a 2.83 earned run average in 10 starts, 1 complete game. And for Detroit, the right-handed Joe Sparma on the mound, and Sparma has not pitched well at all. 1-4, 6.97 ERA. 6 starts, 3 relief appearances, 31 innings of work. And let's see who's with us today. Frank's here. Hello, Frank. Hello to Franklin. Hello, Kenyon. Hello, Mike. Greetings to Kelly. You got quite a few people here already on a Monday, and there's Ben right on time. Hello to Blaine Shores. And Tony, Unmittigated's here. Wow, the gang's all here, it looks like, mostly anyway. Blaine, looking forward to hearing an update on your World Series Champions tournament. Oh, no, I lost my voice again. And I don't have any water. I'll have to settle for coffee until I can get some. What was I going to say? I forget now. Oh, yeah, with Ben here, I had to point out, the best team in baseball right now in real life, don't look now, but it's the Milwaukee Brewers. And I got to give Ben a little crap here, because somebody was ready to give up on the Brewers, I think about a week or two into the season. Well, that's baseball. Very impressive ball club. Unmitigated's for the Tigers today. Ben, I know, is for the Tigers. We've got quite a few Tiger fans in this group. I do know that. So that's your pitching matchups. Again, the pitching matchup would appear to strongly favor the Yankees, and here's their lineup. Tom Tresh at third base leading it off. Bobby Richardson at second. Mickey Mantle is in center field hitting third. Roger Maris in right. Joe Pepitone at first base. Here's Elston Howard, the catcher, hitting sixth. Roy White will be in left field. Clete Boyer at short. And Peterson, a switch hitter, in the 9th spot. And welcome into Colin. So we're about set to get underway. Let's take a look at the umpires for today's game. John Rice behind the plate. Jim Odom at first. Larry Knapp at second. Lou DeMuro down at third. Excuse me, again, just over 17,000 in the park for this one. Well, you know, Tony, somebody has to. Okay, we're ready to play ball here. Tom Tresh will start it off. Tresh still under the Mendoza line at 195. 11 home runs leads the club, however, as does his 28 RBIs. That's hard to do from the leadoff spot. Tresh, a switch hitter, hitting lefty against Sparma. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-6, and he lines it into right field for a leadoff single. So Tresh aboard. We're underway here on a Monday. Let's check the battery. We see Sparma with a terrible hold, +7. Freehand, of course, for that -3 gun behind the plate, but that's still +4. That makes Tresh a 17. They're going to have to hold him on at 15. So Tresh being held, Bobby Richardson the batter. Richardson at 274, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. One to 15. He's going to roll for it. 5 through 6. He's out on 11. Oh, that's dangerous. Rolls to 12. No lead. Sparma out of the stretch. That's a 111 right-handed. A grounder to first base. Cash to his right. He goes down to McAuliffe for 1. Back to first, not in time. That'll be a 3-6 force. Tresh erased. Richardson aboard. 13-17. Boy, Sparma almost has to hold everybody. Richardson with that 9 automatic caught. He's going to be held on at 15. And the batter will be Mickey Mantle. Mantle has his average up to 266, 8 home runs, which is now second on the team, and 23 RBIs. Batting left-handed, of course. With the runner held, Sparma out of the stretch. That's a 6-6 lefty, and he loses him, ball 4. 1 out, walk to the Mick. Richardson over to second. And here's the cleanup man, Roger Maris. And if you're looking for a scapegoat for the Yankee offense, look no further than Maris. 197, just 4 homers, 22 RBIs. Runners take their lead. Sparma. 6'9", left-handed, grounder to shortstop X. That could be 2. That's McAuliffe at short, 328. Here's the play on a 20. He's got it, shovels it to Wood, on to Cash, double play. So Sparma in a jam, gets the ground ball double play, and that ends the top of the first. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. New York, nothing. Detroit coming to bat. Colin says, good luck to the non-Yankees. Well, that would be the Tigers, wouldn't it? I'm thinking of that movie Sideways. What's the name of your book? The Day Before Tomorrow. Well, that would be today. Lineup for Detroit is as follows. Don Wirt leads off at third base. Jake Wood at second for the second game in a row. Norm Cash at first base. Al Kaline in center field in the cleanup spot. Don Demeter gets the start in right field. Bill Freehand will do the catching. Willie Horton is in left. Dick McAuliffe, for some reason, moved down to the 8th spot at short. And Sparma, of course, hits 9th. And there's Cosmo Kramer. Hello, Cosmo. I like my coffee wild, too. All right, here's Wirt to start it off. Peterson ready to go to work. Don Wirt on the year, 242 average, 5 homers, 16 RBIs. Peterson gets the sign. The pitch is a 111 left-handed, grounder to first base. Pepitone will take it to the bag, and there's 1 down. Here's the second baseman, Jake Wood. Wood 12 for 43 in limited duty. That's a 279 average. Still looking for his first home run. Peterson into the windup. 4-6 right-handed. Grounder to shortstop. Fielded by Boyer, who throws him out. And there's 2 away. Up steps Norm Cash. Storm and Norman hitting .255, 11 homers, 27 RBIs. Peterson into the windup. Pitches a 5-6 left-handed, and he pops him up right side. Pepitone will take it. And it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Fritz Peterson. 1 inning in the books, scoreless ball game. I missed the question, Ben. Ask that to a Gen Zero teen. They wouldn't be able to figure that out. And welcome to Brian Morris. Thank you kindly, Brian. Appreciate it. First time in the chat? It was Bull Durham, Franklin. He hit the bull. Then he gave up a home run that hit the mechanical bull thingamajig on the scoreboard in the outfield. I think that was the one where Crash Davis told the batter what was coming. He hit that like he knew he was coming. He did. I told him. Let's see here now. Here we go. There's a well, not exactly a trivia, but a fun little question there from Blaine. We go to the second inning. Pepitone to lead things off. 270 average, 6 homers, 27 RBIs. Let's get the right pitcher up there, shall we? Joe, here's Sparma now. Took his time getting out there. The windup down the pitch to Pepitone's a 1-4. He pops him up. Wood waving his arms. He'll take it. And the batter will be Elston Howard. Howard hitting .250, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. Sparma into the windup. On a 2-3 right-hander, he rolls one to first. Cash has it. Underhands to Sparma covering, and there's 2 away quickly. That'll bring up Roy White, a switch hitter hitting .249, 4 homers, 14 RBIs, hitting left-handed against Sparma. Sparma getting the sign from Freehand. Here's the pitch. 2-2 right. He bangs up the other way into left field for a single. 2-out single for White. Good speed on the bases. Again with a +4 battery. White a 19, held at 17. And Cleet Boyer batter. Boyer at .240, 5 homers, 16 RBIs. He's going to roll for that lead. 2 through 8, 11, and 12. That's a 7. He's got the lead. Uh-oh, it's a pickoff. White 13. 1 to 13, he's safe. Throw to first, he's back to the bag in time. Sparma keeping him close, and here's the pitch from the stretch to Boyer. 2-11 right-handed. He drops that into right field in front of Demeter for a base hit. White can go to third. 16, 18, -1, 17. They're sending him, and Detroit will cut it off. Hold Boyer to first. All the way to third goes White. Unfortunately for the Yankees, the pitcher is up. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Fritz Peterson, the hitter. In Walla Walla. How about that? Is that where you live, Brian? I love Walla Walla. The wine capital of Washington. What's not to like? Peterson, a switch hitter, will bat left-handed against Sparma. He's a 3W. The pitch is a 6-6 lefty, and he walks him to load the bases. Oh, man. Sparma, his second walk of the game, and it's to the pitcher. So with an excellent chance to escape this inning unscathed, he walks the pitcher. And now Tom Tresh will come up with the bases loaded. Tresh, who singled to open the game. Sparma gets the sign. Full windup. On a 4-6 left-handed, he bangs a base hit into right field. White will score easily. We'll see about Boyer. Boyer 12-14, Demeter -1, 13. They're going to send him. The throw to the plate to 13. He's a dead duck. That ends the inning. The Yanks will settle for 1 on 3 hits. They leave a pair. Sparma, I mean, just looking at the card, it doesn't inspire a lot of confidence, does it? What's his endurance? Let's check that. He's only a 5 endurance, which kind of figures, actually. And the Tigers will come to bat in the bottom of the second, trailing 1-0. Al Kaline will start it off. Kaline leading the club in batting at .350. He's getting up near the top of the list there in batting average. In fact, he might lead the league. Let's take a look real quick. Remember, Tardable doesn't have enough at-bats to qualify anymore. So yes, Kaline is the league's leading hitter at .350. 9 home runs, 33 RBIs. Oh, the Dowls. You mean the Dowls, right? Or is there a Dallas as well? I think he means the Dowls. A common stopping point for me when I'm coming back from road trips. In fact, I was just there, a couple months ago. Yes, indeed. The first official set, Cosmo, was the 1961 set. Came out in 1962. Peterson into the windup now. Here's the pitch to Kaline. It's a 3-5 left-handed grounder to shortstop. Boyer gloves it and throws him out. I know where Milton Freewater is, too. I don't think I've ever been there. It's not far from Pendleton, right? Oh, no, Dallas, not the Dalles. 15 miles from Salem. I'll have to look that one up. Here's Demeter now. Demeter pretty much had his whole season in a big game in April, which was still tied for the highest batter game score of the year, but overall he's at 189, 2 home runs, 13 RBIs. Peterson into the windup. It's a 1-9 left-handed called strike 3. And Demeter's struggles continue. Demeter will soon be traded to Boston here in a couple of days. Here's Bill Freehan. Freehan hitting 200 even, 4 homers, 15 RBIs. Peterson into the windup. It's going to be a 6-3 right-handed. Fly to left field X. Tough chance for White. White a 4E15, spreading to the gap. The roll is a 20, and he makes a fine running catch to retire the side. So a nice play by Roy White in left. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers. 2 innings in the books. They lead it. The Yankees lead it, rather, 1-0. 6 up, 6 down for Peterson. For Sparma, it's been a little bit of a struggle. But he's only allowed 1 run so far. Here's Bobby Richardson now 0 for 1. Who did they get for Demeter? That's a good question. I will attempt to answer that. I just looked at this last night, but with my short-term memory what it is, I'm going to have to look it up again. June 13th. No, sorry, June 14th. The Red Sox trade Joe Christopher and Earl Wilson to the Tigers for a player to be named later and Don Demeter. Sounds like an excellent deal for the Tigers. They need a starting pitcher, and Earl Wilson's a good one. And they're not even really using Demeter all that much. I'm not quite sure where Demeter fits in with the crowded Boston outfield, however. I guess we'll see. Bobby Richardson to lead off the third. Sparma into the windup. 4-11 righty, he walks him. Third walk issued by Sparma. Sparma was known for being a bit wild. Coming into this game, in 31 innings of work, he'd walked 24. Richardson, +4, 17. He'll be held at 15. And he's going to stay put with Mickey Mantle at the plate. Mantle will swing away. Here's the pitch from the stretch. That's going to be a 4-8 left-handed. He bangs that into right field for a single. Triple to 4. It's a long single for Mantle. Richardson rounds and goes to third. And the Yankees are in business here in the third inning. Mantle not being held at 17. Very slim chance of getting the lead and automatically out on a 12. He'll stay put. And let's see how the Tigers are going to play it now. They trail 1-0. Take a quick look at Maris's card here. They're going to play back. Oh, wait, there's nobody out. I'll tell you what, I'm on the fence on that. We're going to let the die decide. 1-3 they're in. They will be back. And here's the pitch to Maris. Trying to get a ground ball here is 6-3. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Big strike out there for Sparma as Maris goes down swinging. And now with Pepitone up, they're going to bring the infield in. Here's Pepitone. Sparma checks the runners. Infield in. Pitch to Pepitone. 4-7 left-handed. Grounder to first A. It's a single to 7. To first base. Fielded by Cash. I'm going to have to look at this now. The infield in. Corners on an A. That's an 8. Batter out. Runner on third holds. Runner on first advances. So Mantle takes second. Infield in saves a run there. And with 2 down, the batter is Elston Howard. Roy White on deck. Sparma checks the runners. The windup and the pitch. It's a 3-11 right-handed. Pops him up. McAuliffe calling, and he makes the catch to end the inning, and Sparma pitches out of another jam. 1-0 Yankees as we go to the bottom of the third. It could be worse. Sparma not particularly sharp here today. And Fritz Peterson, in the early going at least, in complete command. And here's Willie Horton to lead off the bottom of the third. Horton, other than K-Line, he's probably been the Tigers' best hitter so far this season. A .331 average, a team-leading 14 home runs, and a team-leading 36 RBIs. Peterson into the windup. That's going to be a 3-7 left-handed. Liner to second, single to 2. That's going to be caught there by Richardson. Way too early for bullpen in 1966, unmitigated. And here's McAuliffe. Dick McAuliffe hitting .214, 6 homers, 17 RBIs, one of a handful of players with more walks than hits. That's correct. 31 hits he's drawn, 33 walks. Lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch is a 4-5, grounder to short X. That's Boyer. Tough chance for Cleat, 319. Into the hole he goes on a 3. Can't get it. That's into left for a base hit. First hit of the game for the Tigers. And that's going to bring up Sparma, a 3 right-handed hitter. C. Bunter. He's laying it down. It's a 7C, and that'll get the job done. Sacrifice bunt for Sparma. To second goes McAuliffe. Tying run in scoring position, it'll be up to Don Wirt. I'm thinking it's not very long, Blaine. Didn't we, though? Runner at second, 2 down. Here's Don Wirt, 0 for 1. Peterson checks the runner. Pitched to Wirt on a 6-5 righty. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Peterson punches out Wirt. Down goes Detroit in the bottom of the third. No runs, a hit, 1 left. That's 2 Ks for Fritz Peterson now. And after 3 innings of play, it's 1-0 Yankees. The Yankees going for, and I really didn't think I'd ever be saying this season, going for their 4th win in a row today. Tigers have Johnny Padres to go long today if need be. Bottom of the order for the Yankees. Roy White singled in the second. Sparma into the windup. The pitch to the lefty is a 1-6 righty. He flies it into straightaway center. K-Line is there and makes the catch. Kelly's replaying the 72. Yes. Is that the year he started both games of a doubleheader? He did that once, you know. Wilbur Wood, the knuckleballer. Clete Boyer, only a knuckleballer could do that, right? Yankee Bob has joined us. Hello, Bob. It's been a while. Sparma into the windup now. The pitch to Boyer is a 2-7 righty. That's going to be banged into left for a base hit. Double to 7. He rounds and heads for second. The throw, he's in there with a double. And Clete Boyer is 2 for 2. And that'll bring up Peterson. Switch hitter batting lefty. Sparma's pitch to the pitcher is a 110. That's a base hit into center. Boyer can try to score on that. He's a 12. K-Line, however, with a -4 gun in center makes it an 8. And the third base coach waving frantically, stop. They're not going to test Kaline's arm here. Runners at the corners, one down, top of the order coming up. And that's going to get somebody up in the Tigers bullpen. It is the lefty, Johnny Padres. Out to the mound is Bill Freehan. 7 hits already surrendered by Sparma. And you get the feeling now that the leash is getting very short for Joe Sparma. Tresh 2 for 2 on the day. Let's see how the Tigers are going to play this one. They'll pull the infield in. Tresh does not hit into many double plays. Sparma checks the runners. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-5 right-handed. Grounder to second base with the infield in. That will prevent a run. I got to look at this now. 1-5. Ground ball C. Runners at the corners. Batter is out. Runner on third holds. Peterson takes second. So the infield in saves a run, and with 2 down, it's up to Bobby Richardson. Sparma a glance at the runners. The pitch is a 2-6 right-handed hard smash to third, fielded by Wirt, who throws across the diamond in time to retire the side. Sparma dodges another bullet. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left, and it's still a 1-0 game. So looking at the scoreboard, you'd think, wow, what a pitcher's duel. Maybe. On the other hand, Peterson's been fantastic, and Sparma's been in trouble every inning. Oh, Bob, I'm terribly sorry to hear that. Fortunately, doing well now. Left on base. Ben, I tell you what, that's kind of been one of the trademarks of the Yankees this year, hasn't it? And the Tigers will send up Wood, Cash, and Kaline here in the bottom of the 4th. Fritz Peterson ready to go. Peterson into the windup. The pitch to Wood is a 4-3 right-handed. That's a fly to right field, actually. Maris, good outfielder. 2-E3. Ranging to the gap on an 8. It's the E-range. 7 on E3. He should make that, and he does. Nice running catch by Roger Maris. That'll bring up Norm Cash, 0 for 1. And there's Al with the answer to my question. In 1973, Wilbur Wood started both games of a doubleheader, although he only faced 6 batters in the first one. Still, that'll be like someone pitching 2 innings now and then having a rain delay. They would not come back out. Peterson gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Cash. It's a 2-6 left-handed. Liner to second, single to 11. And that's caught there by Bobby Richardson. Liner to second, 2 outs quickly. And Al Kaline, the hitter. Kaline grounded to short his first time. Peterson with the windup. The pitch is a 1-9 left-handed. Grounder to second, routine for Richardson. Tosses it to Pepitone, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Fritz Peterson. And that brings us to Sparma's first endurance inning as we move to the 5th inning. Hey, I hope everyone had a great weekend. Our warm weather went away. We had a little sprinkles this morning. It's sitting at about 71 and very dark and gloomy out there today. Heart of the order for New York in the 5th inning, leading 1-0. Mickey Mantle will start it off. Walked and singled so far. Sparma gets the sign. The pitch is a 2-6 right-handed. The Mick lifts it to center field, fairly deep. K-line backing up a bit and pulls it in. Wow, he didn't get any outs in game 1. So basically they said, take a seat, Wilbur. We'll give you another shot in the in the nightcap. By all means, Blaine, yeah, send some of that over here. No, I don't mind the 71. It's the dark and gloomy I'm not crazy about. Here's Maris now, 0 for 2. Sparma with the windup. The pitch is a 3-10 right-handed, a grounder down to first base. Cash will take it himself, and there's 2 out. And of course, in my game, we ignore the injuries, as most of you know, since we're using as-played lineups. Here's Pepitone, 0 for 2. Sparma with a 2-6 righty. That's going to be hit high and deep to right field. That's going to be over Demeter's head for extra bases. Triple to 3, and he's digging for third. The throw, he's in there. It's a 2-out triple for Joe Pepitone. Let's take another look at that one. 2-6 to 3, rolled to 1. And triples are back in fashion here. Runner at third, 2 down. That's going to give Elston Howard a shot. He's 0 for 2. Sparma takes a look at the runner now. Here's the pitch to Elston. That's going to be a 4-7 righty, and he loses in ball 4. And now one more hitter walk will fatigue Sparma, with Roy White due up. Freehan out to the mound again. Some nice trivia there from Kelly Hibbs. 377 innings by Wilbur Wood in 72. I think more impressive was the 371 by Mickey Lolich in 71 or 72, because Lolich was not a knuckleballer. Oh, Bob, that's some new thing that YouTube does. It's a top fans thing. I have nothing to do with it. Sparma hanging on by a thread. Let's see if he can dodge another bullet here. Here comes the pitch to Roy White. On a 5-7 left-handed, bangs it into right field for a single. Pepitone scores. Howard all the way to third. It's 2-0 New York. And that's going to do it for Joe Sparma. Here comes Swift. And that will end the day for Mr. Sparma. 4 2/3 for Joe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. 4 walks. Just the 1 strikeout, I believe so. 1 strikeout. Johnny Padres will be coming in. Exactly, unmitigated. Yeah. That tells how many people are having a hamburger. Let's see, Franklin says there's a way to disable it, but he hasn't found it. I have not found it either, Franklin. If you do, let me know. Two to nothing Yankees. Let's take a look at Padres' numbers as he gets loose. He's done a good job in 8 games out of the pen, 1-1, with a team leading 1.65 ERA across just 16 and a third innings of work. And Clete Boyer, who's 2 for 2, waiting at the plate. Padres ready to go to work now. From the stretch, that's going to be a 6-4 right-handed. It's a grounder to short X. Tough chance McAuliffe, 328, into the hole. Here's the play on a 3. He can't get it, knocks it down, has no play. That's going to go as an infield single, and another run will score. So RBI single for Boyer. Elston Howard crosses the plate. Stopping at second is Roy White. And it's 3-0 New York. And here's Fritz Peterson. He'll turn around and bat right-handed against Padres. The pitch on a 2-7 struck him out. That ends the inning, but the Yankees score 2 on 3 hits and leave a pair. Halfway through, Yankees up 3-0. Tigers have really been in a funk for a while now, it seems. All right. Let me collect myself here. The Tigers do need the Mookie magic. Unfortunately, Mookie is crapped out in his cat bed over there. Let's see if I can remember to tell you what he did or show you what he did here in another couple of innings. Well, Joe Boo may need some more coffee here after this half inning. It's Demeter, Freehan, and Horton. Peterson facing Demeter now. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's 2-5 lefty. High fly ball to left field. Backing up is White. Triple to 5. That's going to be caught on the track by Roy White. A fine running catch. And here's Bill Freehan. Freehan flew to left his first time up. Peterson into the windup on a 6-7 right-handed, a grounder to second base X. That's the Gold Glover Richardson, 117. Here's the play on a 13. He makes a fine play and throws him out. Nice play, Bobby Richardson. Not surprisingly, Richardson a 1. Here's Horton with 2 down. Peterson gets the sign. The pitch. 3-7 left-handed. Liner to second. Single to 2. It's caught by Richardson. Liner to second both times for Horton. And he comes up empty. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers in the 5th. Peterson breezing along through 5, and the Yankees leading it 3-0. That's right, man. That was Harper Valley PTA, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to refill my cup here. Thank you, Unmitigated. Yeah, that's, man, that would have been a double whammy. As it is, you can really see they're missing Kubek this year. I've said it before, but it caused them to move Boyer to short, Tresh to third. You've got a 1 third baseman and a 1 left fielder, both playing out of position to cover the fact that they really didn't have a shortstop. They'll send up the top of the order here in the 6th against Johnny Padres. Tresh will turn around and hit righty against Johnny. Tom Tresh 2 for 3 today as Padres gets the sign here from Freehand. The pitch is a 1-5 left-handed, called strike 3. Home plate umpire rings him up. That again is John Rice. And here's Bobby Richardson. Richardson 0 for 2 with the walk as Padres set now. The windup and the pitch. It's a 5-8 right-hander. That's banged into left for a base hit. Double to 3. And he'll hold with the long single. So Richardson joins the hit parade. Battery now -4. Richardson not going anywhere. And here's Mickey Mantle. Mantle walked, singled, flew to center. George Thorogood. Mantle will bat righty against Johnny Padres. Padres out of the stretch. Here's the pitch. It's a 4-6 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's the 3rd strikeout now for Padres. And the batter will be Roger Maris. Padres comes right in there with a 5-6 left-handed. Grounded down to first. Cash has it. Flips to Padres covering, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, 1 left. And it's still 3-0 Yankees. Cosmo on vacation with tequila. What could possibly go wrong? So where are you going on vacation, Mr. Kramer? You know, I'm not only a postmaster, but I'm also a general. Tigers with just 1 hit so far against Fritz Peterson as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Dick McAuliffe will start it off. Padres called back from the on-deck circle. Looks like we'll have a hitter for him. And here's the pitch to McAuliffe. It's going to be a 2-5 lefty. Liner to second, single to 2. And it's caught there by Richardson. Another liner to second. That's 4. That's a lot of liners to second. Isn't it? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll have a batter now for Johnny Padres. So Padres worked 1 1/3. All 3 runs are charged to Sparma. Two hits, no runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts for Johnny Padres. Another fine outing for Johnny. And let's see who the hitter's going to be. All of the Tigers' lefties are on the bench. That's okay, though. They're going to go with a lefty-lefty matchup and send Jim Northrup up there. Righty of choice would have been Mickey Stanley. I'd prefer to hold him back for a later opportunity. And preferably one where he could also stay in the game for his excellent defense. So Northrup hitting with 1 away. On the year, Northrop is hitting .236, 6 homers, 22 RBIs. He also has 6 doubles and 7 triples. Peterson into the windup. It's a 6'10 left-handed fly to center field X. Tough chance for Mantle. Mantle going back on it, 4E3. Here's the play on a 13. He can't get it. That drops in for a single. So Mantle went back, then came in, and it dropped in front of him. He may have misjudged that one. Just a bit. Northrop, a star 15 stealer. -2 battery for New York. He's a 13. Yankees not taking any chances. They're going to hold him on at 11. And here's Don Wirt. Runner being held. 1 down. Here's the pitch. From the stretch, it's a 210 lefty, and that's hit high and deep to left field. That may get over White's head. Double to 15, and it does. White gets it back in quickly, and Northrop will hold at third on the double by Don Wirt. Now we got to check Peterson's endurance here. He's a 7. And the tying run will come to the plate in the form of Jake Wood. And Elston Howard's going to pay a mound visit now, just checking on Peterson. Allowed only 1 hit through 5. He's given up 2 here in the 6th, and now Jake Wood at the plate. Heart of the order coming up after that. Cash in the on-deck circle, K-line to follow. Let's see how the Yankees are going to play it. They lead by 3. With 1 out, they're going to play back. They'll trade an out for a run here. And here's the pitch to Wood. It's a 2-7 left-handed. That's going to be a single into right field. That's going to score them both. Here comes Northrop. They're waving word around. He will score on a 2-run single by Jake Wood. And just like that, it's a 1-run ball game. Wood star 13, held on at 11. He's the tying run, and here's Cash. And that's going to get him stirring in the Yankee pen as Hal Reniff, the right-hander, begins to throw. Norm Cash at the plate, Al Kaline on deck. Runner at first, 1 down in a 3-2 ball game. Peterson, left-on-left matchup from the stretch, 210 lefty, and he loses in ball 4. And Peterson has apparently hit a wall here in the 6th inning. It's not his fatigue inning yet. Remains to be seen how long they're going to stick with him. And up comes the Tigers' best hitter, Al Kaline, the league batting leader, if you please. Came into the game at .350. He's 0 for 2 today. Fritz Peterson getting the sign. The full windup now, and the pitch to Kaline is a 5'9" right-handed swung on and missed, strike 3. That's a big K for Peterson. Number 3 on the day for Fritz. And it will be up to Demeter. Demeter 0 for 2. Demeter trying to break out of a long slump here as Peterson comes set. Here's the pitch. 2-7 lefty, and he bangs it into center field for a base hit. Rounding is Wood. 16, 18. Mantle -3, 15. He's coming. The throw to the plate, he scores. Yeah, this game is all tied up as Don Demeter comes through with an RBI single. And Demeter will take second on the throw. Cash stops at third. And here comes Howick, and that's going to do it for Peterson. So Peterson fails to reach his endurance inning, and they'll turn to the righty, Hal Reniff. So Peterson, sailing along with a one-hit shutout through 5, gives up 4 hits and 3 runs here in the 6th, and his day is done. 5 2/3 on the day, 5 hits allowed, 3 runs so far. Runners at second and third, his responsibility. He walked 1 and struck out 3. And right behind Reniff, Pedro Ramos takes off the jacket down there in the Yankee pen. Looking at Reniff's numbers on the season, 16 appearances, 0-3 with a very high 6.53. Yankee Bob says, bring in Gossage or Rivera. Second and third, 2 down in a tie game. Bill Freehand standing at the plate. Reniff gets the sign from Howard. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 2-8 righty. That's going to be a single that's going to drive in 2. Scoring is cash. They're waving Demeter in, and the Tigers, with a 5-run 6th, take the lead. Bowden, I'm afraid, is unavailable. He's in the rotation now. Let's see if he could be called on in a pinch. He just started the last game. No, he's not available. 5 runs have crossed the plate here in the bottom of the 6th, and the batter is Willie Horton. Reniff trying to get him back into the dugout here. Here's the pitch to Horton. That's going to be a 6-8 right-handed. Single to 14, liner towards second. And that's a single. 1-star single. Stopping at second is Freehand, and the Tigers bat around in the bottom of the 6th. They'll bring up McAuliffe, who started the inning by lining to Bobby Richardson. Do they have another lefty? They do, but it's Steve Hamilton, who's normally been saved for the save opportunities lately. Okay, Reniff pitching to McAuliffe. Here's the pitch on a 2-10 right-handed. He lifts one the other way to left field. White is there. And I'm going to split the screen there. That ends the inning. 5 runs for the Tigers on, count them, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. They leave a pair. After 6 innings of play, Tigers lead it 5-3. So it's a wild one here today on a Monday. And Detroit will need a new pitcher as we go to the 7th. Left, right, switch right. And they're with Orlando Pena unavailable. They're going to call on Fred Gladney. Gladding on the year, 4-3 with a save, 4.61. And he'll be looking at Pepitone, Howard, and White as we go to the 7th inning. So through 5, looked like the Yankees were cruising to their 4th straight win. Now it's Detroit up 5-3. Here's Pepitone, 1 for 3 on the day. Gladding gets the sign. Here's the windup down the pitch to Pepitone. On a 1-6, he pops him up left side. McAuliffe will take it, and there's one down. Here's the catcher, Elston Howard, 0 for 2 with a walk. Gladding's pitch on a 6-12 was a grounder to first base, X. Tough chance for cash, 2-18. Here's the play on a 16. He's got it. Feeds Gladding covering, and there's 2 away. Two down, nobody on. Here's White. White's 2 for 3 today. Gladding with the pitch. It's a 6-6 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 1-2-3. Go the Yankees in the 7th. Perfect inning by Fred Gladding. And as we stretch, it's 5-3 Tigers. Failed to double switch with Gladding. My apologies, I'm terrible at that. I've been doing better lately, but I muffed this one. Well, we're going to take a stretch, and we've got a lot of time to think about this one. So we've got a lot of Tiger fans in here. Would you bat for Gladding? Very well could. It would be Larry Sherry coming on to get the save. He can easily pitch 2 innings. I'll check on those comments when we return. Now we're going to check on the sleeping Mookie. You may say, let sleeping cats lie, but we're not going to do that. Mookie! Mookie! Hello. Let's zoom in for a closer look here. What's up, Mook? You're on camera again. Bob, just in time for Mookie. Hi, buddy. You having a good day? See, he doesn't mind that. A lot of cats do. And haven't been able to trim his claws, though. You won't go for that. What a fur ball. Oh, I was going to show you what he did. Yeah. Okay, he's got this toy, right, where you can bat these around. There's supposed to be 2 on every level. I heard something banging around in the hall, and it was that light blue ball on the bottom. He had dislodged it. And apparently he dislodged another one as well. So there's another one of these around here somewhere. Probably under the couch. I'll have to look for that later. I didn't think you could get that out of there. He's had that since he was a little kitten. It was one of the first things I got for him. But yeah, he's managing to tear that apart too. Okay, let's see. Let's check our comments section here, check the chat and see where we've landed. Blaine has 52 Yanks versus 37 Yanks. Unmitigated says Gladding probably should not lead off. And his was the only comment. But I'm inclined to agree. Larry Sherry is fresh, ready to go. He'll start throwing in the Detroit pen, and we'll have a pinch hitter for Gladding. So Gladding works one frame today, a 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout. And let's see who the batter is going to be against Reniff. None other than Gates Brown. Who would you expect? Gates, I've kicked it at night. Gates 291, 4 homers, 10 RBIs in 55 at-bats. Left, right, and then Cash. Yankees would like Reniff to face the 2 right-handers, so he'll face Gates. Gates standing in from the left side, Hal Reniff with the windup and the pitch. That's going to be a 6-8 left-handed. That's going to be a base hit into right, double to 4. It's a base hit for Gates Brown, and he's aboard to lead off the bottom of the 7th. So the Tigers have done well with their pinch hitters today. And the batter will be Wirt. Wirt, 1 for 3 with a double in that big 6th inning. Brown, no threat to steal. Solid base runner at a 14 as Reniff gets the sign from the stretch. He pitched a Wirt on a 2-10 righty, and he loses him ball 4. And here comes Bauer again. He's going to pull Reniff. He's seen enough. This time we will look for the double switch. So we need someone who's more balanced. That's going to be Ramos, who was warming. Pedro Ramos will come on. Let's look at the double switch now. I'd like it to be an outfielder. Clinton, but he'll most likely face a right-hander, so that's no good. Whitaker has a high E range. No real perfect solution. It's going to be Whitaker. So the double switch with Steve Whitaker, he'll take over in left. Pitcher will go in the 7th spot. That's Pedro Ramos. Whitaker in left, 3E16 -2. Well, that's still better than White. Let's see here. Whitaker here. White's out. Gates Brown at second. Don Wirt at first, nobody out. And Pedro Ramos has been brought on here to try to keep the Yankees in the game. Oh, I missed Cosmo's comment. You are going to Morro Bay. Outstanding. My favorite vacation spot. Although I will admit, I'm on the lookout for another small, quaint coastal town. One that will take cats, because no place in Morro Bay will take cats. I'm at the point now where I'd really like to travel with Mookie if at all possible. I do prefer the Bill Murray style. Jake Wood, the hitter, that big 2-run single in the 4th. Ramos checks the runners now. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 5-6 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Wood. That's 1 down. And Norm Cash will be the hitter. Al Kaline on deck. Cash 0 for 2 with the walk. Ramos gets the sign. The pitch is a 5-9 left-handed. It's hit high and deep to right field. Going back is Maris at the track, at the wall. He leaps up, and it's gone on a 9. Just does get it out of here. The Tigers blow it open here in the 7th. A 3-run blast from Storm and Norman. Brown scores. Wirt scores. And it's now 8-3 on Norm Cash's 12th home run of the season. That moves him among the league leaders. Right on cue for Unmitigated's comment. Not much you can do for the Yankees. They really don't have much of a bullpen. Hamilton's been the best down there. They've worked the hell out of Dooley Womack, who's been their second best reliever. Boughton was their second best reliever, but now he's in the rotation. And here's Kaline. Ramos into the windup. 1-9 right-handed, and he loses him ball 4. And the Tiger bats have really come alive here the last 2 innings. Here's Demeter, 1 for 3. Ramos out of the stretch now. It's going to be a 4-12 right-handed. Grounder to first base X. This could be 2. That's the Gold Glove Pepito, 1E8. Here's the roll on a 7 E-range. It's a 6 on an E8. He's got it. Down to Boyer for 1. Back to first. Double play. That's a fine play by a 1 first baseman there, Pepitone. And that will end the inning. But 3 more runs for Detroit on the 3-run blast by Norm Cash. And we go to the 8th inning with the Tigers leading it 8-3. And now they almost don't even need Sherry. Let's see who's coming up. Boyer, Whitaker, Tresh. So you've got right, left, switch, right, switch. Pena not available. They don't really have anybody else other than Monbouquet, who could work. It will be Sherry. So it looks like the Yankee win streak will end at a modest 3 games. Boyer, Whitaker, and Tresh due here in the 8th inning against Larry Sherry. Sherry on the year 1-0, a dozen saves, 1.99. No longer a save situation. And Boyer, who's 3 for 3 on the day, coming to bat. Sherry gets his sign. The pitch on a 6-8 right-handed. That's banged into right field for a hit, triple to 2. That's going to be a base hit for Boyer, and Clete Boyer with a 4 for 4 day. That'll bring up the left fielder, Steve Whitaker. Came in the double switch. Whitaker just 1 for 9 on the year. That one hit was a home run. Sherry from the stretch. That's going to be a 3-5 right-handed. He bangs a single into left field. Boyer could go to third, but he'll stop at second. 12, 10, -1, 11. Trailing by 5. No point in risking that. And the batter will be Tresh. So the first 2 reach here against Sherry. And Bill Freehand's going to jog out to the mound just to settle him down a little bit. You know, Cosmo, I found that the majority of the dog-friendly places do not accept cats. Isn't that something? Tresh is 2 for 4, batting left-handed against Larry Sherry. Sherry checks the runners. Pitch to Tresh. He's a 5-7 left-handed. That's a grounder to first. Single to 5. Big roll here on a 9. It's fielded there by Cash. He goes down to McCullough for the force, and that's all they'll get. So on a 3-6 force, Whitaker is erased. Boyer to third. And with 1 down, Bobby Richardson will be the batter. Yankees trying to climb back into this. Richardson 1 for 3 with a walk. Sherry's pitch to Richardson is a 5-7. That's going to be a grounder down to third, single to 10. Can he get it? That's an infield single, and the run will score. RBI single for Richardson. Crossing the plate is Boyer. Stopping at second is Tresh, and it's 8-4. And up comes Mickey Mantle. No, he's not the tying run at the plate, but he certainly could make the game interesting. Batting left-handed against Larry Sherry. The Mick 1 for 3 with a walk today. Shakes one off, now nodding. Here's the pitch to Mantle. It's a 2-6 right-handed. Fly to center, fairly deep, backing up his K-line, and he is there to make the catch for out number 2. Big out there for Larry Sherry, and here's Roger Maris. Maris 0 for 4 today. Sherry staring in. Here's the pitch. 6-8 left-handed, and that's banged into right field for a base hit. Double to 5. That's going to be a 2-star single. Driving in Tresh, and it's 8-5. RBI single for Maris. Tresh scores all the way to third, goes Bobby Richardson. And the Yankees are not going quietly. Eight to 5 the score now. Here's Joe Pepitone representing the tying run at the plate. Larry Sherry not looking particularly sharp today. And Bill Monbouquet takes off the jacket. Boy, I never thought we'd get to him in this game. Monbouquet tossing in the Detroit pen. Pepitone at the plate, 1 for 4 on the day. A triple in the 5th. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Tying run at the plate. Sherry sits to Pepitone. 4-6 left-handed, and he walks him to load him up. Holy tamales. And the batter, Elston Howard. And isn't this how these games have gone lately? Very little drama through 5. And then a ton of drama. Bases loaded, 2 down, 8-5 Detroit. Tying run aboard, Elston Howard at the plate, Sherry, full windup. 5-10 right-handed, fly to center, high shallow fly, K-line drifting in and puts it away to retire the side. The Yanks settle for 2 runs on 4 hits and leave the bases full. The score 8-5. Pedro Ramos, who would lead off the 9th, is going to pitch the 8th. At least I think he is. See, we got right switch coming up. No. Right, left, excuse me. Next pitcher in for New York, trailing, would probably be Bob Friend. Not in a big hurry to go to him. It's going to be Ramos. And Bill Freehan will lead off the bottom of the 8th. Freehan 1 for 3 today. Pedro Ramos into the windup now. Pitch to Freehan on a 1-4. He walks him. Leadoff walk to Freehan. Ramos with an excellent -3 hold, so Freehan no threat to run. He will not be held. And the batter will be Willie Horton. Horton 1 for 3 today. Line to second twice and then singled. Ramos out of the stretch. The pitch is a 6-7 right-handed. Grounder to second X. That should be 2. 117. Here's the play on the 5, and it will be. It's Richardson with a fine play. Shovels to Boyer, on to Pepitone, double play. 4-6-3X. 2 down, bases empty for Dick McAuliffe. McAuliffe 1 for 3 today. The pitch from Ramos. 2-4 righty. Called strike 3. McAuliffe doesn't like it. But that's it in the 8th for Detroit. 8 innings in the books. Tigers 8, Yankees 5. And really, with no one to turn to, it's all on Larry Sherry here. The Yankees will send up a pinch hitter for Ramos to start the inning. Ramos worked 2. Where did Reniff come in? Reniff came in here and got 1 out. That's it, a 3rd for Reniff. So 4 runs charged to Peterson. Two runs charged to Reniff. 3 hits and a walk. Let's see who's left on the bench here against Sherry. They used Barker in real life. He's got some pop, but not much on base. The Yankees need base runners. They're going to send up Horace Clark to pinch hit. Clark kind of been one of their go-to pinch hitters all year. 9 for 25, a 360 average. Switch hitter batting left-handed as Sherry goes into the windup. Here's the pitch to Clark. It's going to be a 3-9 righty. Grounder to second, fielded by Wood, who throws him out. That'll bring up Boyer. Boyer, who's 4 for 4 today, singled in the second, doubled in the fourth, drove in a run with a single in the fifth, and singled again in the eighth. Sherry gets the sign. Pitch to Boyer on a 3-6 righty. He walks him. And Clete Boyer reaches base all 5 times today. And that'll bring up Steve Whitaker, who singled in his only at bat. A very wobbly Larry Sherry trying to nail this one down for Detroit. And here's the pitch to Whitaker. It's a 3-7 right-handed. Grounder down to second. Wood has it. He goes to McAuliffe for 1, and that's all. It's a 4-6 force, but the Yankees down to their last out. Whitaker at first. 2 down, and Tom Tresh the batter. I want to thank everybody for watching. Turned out to be another good game today. Whitaker at first, 2 down. The Yankees need 1 more to get the tying run to the plate. It's Tom Tresh up there right now, batting left-handed against Larry Sherry, and here's the pitch. It's a 1-7 righty, and he walks him, and the tying run will come to the plate. Holy smoke. Sherry rated 3 for relief endurance, so that's not an issue, but he certainly has not been sharp today. And the batter will be Richardson. Runners take their leads. They'll be going on a full count pitch. And here it is, 4-11, grounder to short, slow roller, McAuliffe charging, throws on the run, and that's the ball game. 8-5, Tigers win it. I will have the totals in a moment. Oh, definitely, Cosmo. I go to Montana de Oro every time I go down there. Thank you, Blaine. Appreciate it. So a rocky Larry Sherry hangs on. It was not a save. It felt like one, though, didn't it? In 2 innings, he gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, walked 3, and did not strike out a batter. Ramos gave up 2 hits. Two runs. Two walks, 2 strikeouts. They took the lead, so who pitched the top of the 6th? Padres. Johnny Padres gets the win. He's 2-1 on the season now. Peterson gave up the go-ahead run. He takes the loss. He's 3-6. At least I think that's right. Very busy score sheet here after the 5th. Player of the game. Yeah, that's a good one. Probably is Norm Cash, huh? Cash with that big 3-run homer. That's good enough for me. We're going to call it Norm Cash for your Chief Spokane Gary player of the game. The totals on the game, the Tigers 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Yankees 5 runs, 15 hits, no errors. 27 hits in this one. Attaboy to Boyer for his 4-for-4 with a walk, absolutely. And hello, Kenyon. Good to see you again, my friend. Well, guys, that's about it for me. Let's see what's on tap for tomorrow. Let's take a look here. We're gonna go over to the National League. Cubs at Astros. Bill Hands and Bob Bruce. Oh my. Well, judging by those two offenses and those two starting pitchers, I'd say we're in for some runs tomorrow. You never know, but odds are we're gonna see some scoring. So join me for that one. That's 1:30, 4:30, of course. And that's about all I got. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with me today on kind of a dreary Monday here in Spokane. I'm going to go grab a late lunch, and I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow. Have a great evening, everyone. So long for now.